Yeah, one of the things I want to get John's perspective, Jaruska summarized Empower 150, but John's perspective on this, I mean, the reason 150 was done was because of the observations about high VEGF and how it could be relatively immunosuppressive as a term, but that the concept of using anti-VEGF therapy with immunotherapy, obviously that was what 150 tested, but your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a great point. And, first thing to mention about Empower 150, if you look at the relative benefit compared to the control arm, it isn't as great as Keynote 189, but the control arm is different. The control arm contains bevacizumab in Empower 150, and we know bevacizumab adds substantial benefit in this setting. There's a lot of data saying that VEGF, in addition to helping blood vessels grow, is immunosuppressive, and it works through myeloid cells and other populations. So the combination should, in theory, enhance immune response. And the data is consistent with that possibility. I think where it's most intriguing is in the EGFR mutants. There's a lot of data that EGFR mutants may be particularly sensitive to VEGF inhibition. If you go back and look at the beta trial, the group that benefited the most from bevacizumab and erlotinib were the EGFR mutants. And we now have several randomized phase 2 studies that at least show a PFS benefit for adding VEGF inhibition with EGFR. So we think EGFR mutants are really more VEGF-driven than other tumor types. And so it was encouraging that in the Power 150, the addition of immunotherapy really did seem to add benefit for the EGFR mutants, but that may be because VEGF inhibition is on board.
Right.
Exactly.
So
yeah. That combination of VEGF and PD-1 blockade or PD-L1 blockade may be particularly effective for EGFR mutants. Now, I think there's a number of EGFR-focused trials now with immunotherapy combinations going on. Mm-hmm. And so we're excited to really ask that in a properly powered way devoted to EGFR mutants. But, that's why I think for EGFR mutants in particular, that's one right now that has the best data supporting it. Now, the FDA label is a different issue and why it was removed from label, but at least if you said what data do we have for EGFR mutants with immunotherapy and chemotherapy, that's
really
the best
Empower
data.
150. So
right.
When you get to the point where you've exhausted your TKI
Yep.
Possibilities, this is an option for those patients eligible for bevacizumab.
Yep.
That's the key point.
Yep.
I think the other point that supports that is the other study that did enroll EGFR and ALK-treated patients was Empower 130,
Yeah.
which was platinum taxane and atezolizumab, and there was no PFS or OS benefit there, so perhaps it is the VEGF that's making the difference.
And we haven't talked about Arm A of 150,
Right.
but that was the same observation
That's
on,
right.
on that trial.
Yep.